in a laboratory which we will call the world. By testing, prodding, and trying the world, using his mind and hands, he scrapes out an existence for himself. As he ventures along in his world, he finds puzzling things that begin raising questions within his curious little head. Questions never stop invading his cognitive faculties. For each question he answers, 5 more take its place. Befuddled that the world could inspire so many questions, he asks this question. With the world and all of its limitations, how can the questions found within it be seemingly without end? When and where is the end? Fellow students, may I now opportune to answer that most educationally pivotal question. There is no end. At least, no end is in sight. For the man in the parable, we will call him student. His questions were limitless, and so are the questions of today. We, as mankind and fellow students, represent the man called student. Like him, our minds are naturally full of inquisitiveness. We wander through life answering as many questions as we can, and we attempt this in 2 ways. Through formal education and through personal investigation. We learn through history the answers to the questions that have stumped scholars of the past, and we learn to think and strive to understand so that we may answer questions of our own. If answering questions is the responsibility of mankind, it is also the responsibility of us as the graduating class of 2010. We as students have a responsibility to learn, and we cannot avoid this responsibility. Benjamin Franklin said, "We were all born ignorant, but one must work hard to remain stupid." As Franklin said, we have had this responsibility ever since we came into existence on this planet. And this responsibility continues even after the graduation robes are taken off. Fellow students, our education is indefinitely, perpetually, eternally, never-ending. To illustrate the meaning of indefinite education, allow me to introduce to you something I call the 3D formula. Within the formula are included the 3 action words: decision, determination, and duty. These 3 words illustrate and create a 3D image of perpetual education. I will begin with a decision, or rather, decide to begin with a decision. This is where the cycle begins, with a simple choice. Choices are broad and include the choice to pick up a book, to write a paper, to play a musical instrument, to solve a problem. We at Core School decided to attend this school to receive a personalized education. This charter school gave us the opportunity to choose courses of study that interested us and gave us the free time to explore these interests. I was able to take piano lessons from wonderful piano teachers in the community, take college classes, extracurricular English and speech courses, to name a few of the choices that I made in the last 4 years. After a choice is set and the pathway made sure, growth must be achieved. This requires determination, our second action word. Determination to finish, to succeed. Although it is accurate to say that we never can achieve the best or optimally succeed, there is always more to strive for. Determination is always a critical virtue. Winston Churchill expressed that, quote, "Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the determination to continue that counts." Close quote. It is important to note that education does not mean a journey full of pure successes. We learn from our failures also, and believe me, we'll have a lot of those on the way to the piano. The determined individual that chooses to work through failure, in the end, learns the greater lesson. Now to discuss our last dimension of the 3D formula, duty. We have a duty to ourselves as well as our fellow men to learn as much as we possibly can. Each generation leaves its mark in the next through developments and achievements that can only be claimed by the mechanism of education. And only through education can we serve our communities and the world. I challenge you, class of 2010, to educate your hands, hearts, and minds to serve your fellow men. May you independently follow your dreams and personalize your education. Remember the words of Abraham Lincoln, whatever you are, be a good one. And Martin Luther King Jr., whatever your life's work is, do it well. It is an honor to speak on behalf of the Marysville graduating class. I hope my remarks accurately embody the personalized educational experience that I have had while attending CORE. I would like to close my remarks by saying thank you to my teachers. To the teachers of my classes, to the writers of my books, to the mentors of my life, and thank you to this beautiful laboratory we call Earth.